I don't know whether sneaking up on them is the best idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway and see what happens. Travelling the globe for a year as an outward underwater scholar, I was able to nurture my passions, gain experience in training, and forge a huge network of contacts that will aid me in my future career. I was also given insight into many underwater related careers I wouldn't have had the chance to experience had it not been for the scholarship. Here's a small glimpse into my scholarship year, the places I visited, some of the experiences I undertook, and many of the people that helped me along the way. Beginning the scholarship, my interests included marine science and conservation education. Throughout my year, I was able to undertake experiences that developed my skills in these areas. I also developed new interests, such as aspects of technical diving, marine archaeology, hyperbarics and diving medicine, as a direct result of individuals who hosted, instructed, and befriended me on experiences that I undertook. During the scholarship year, you have a chance to undertake all sorts of dive training. I began with a number of PADI training courses, moving on to complete my scientific commercial diver qualification under the Australian Diver Accreditation Scheme. I quickly found an interest in more technical diving, undergoing my DSAT Tech Deep course in Malta, learning how to extend the range of my open circuit dives with gas switching and decompression procedures. I also had a chance to trial a number of closed circuit rebreathers during my scholarship year. Stopping off at Poseidon's factory in Sweden and VR Technologies factory in England. Undertaking a 3-day introductory course to the Sentinel rebreather under the instruction of Phil Short. This gave me enough insight to want to pursue my closed circuit rebreather qualification, which I undertook in the Poor Knights Islands of New Zealand with CCR instructor Pete Mesley. Pursuing my interest in marine science was a focal point of my scholarship year, and I had more than enough opportunity to try a number of different projects. One such experience found me teaming up with former Australasian scholar Steve Linfield to help him undertake field research for his PhD. Part of Steve's research involves looking at fishing pressures surrounding Guam and Saipan, utilising the survey technique of baited remote underwater video stations. The principle behind stereo video, which is utilised by BROS, is that the two cameras are positioned at a slightly converged angle, and their frame rate can be synced using an LED diode attached to the bait pole. The whole setup works very similar to 3D television, allowing for depth of field to be measured, which in turn allows for distance of fish from the cameras, fish length, total fish area, abundance and diversity, all to be measured. An artifact of throwing all this bait into the water is you get the occasional shark looking for a quick meal. Travelling to the Dominican Republic with North American scholar Josh Stewart and Professor Charles Beaker of Indiana University made for one of the most interesting and diverse experiences that I undertook. We were there primarily to undertake a rapid assessment of an ongoing project Professor Beaker has, dubbed Living Museums in the Sea. With the Living Museums in the Sea project, historical archaeological sites are transformed into artificial reefs with a story by reintroduction of artifacts in replica form, such as cannons on two of the historical shipwreck sites we dove, the Captain Kidd and the Morales. We also had the chance to dive part of a flooded cave system known as the Padre Nuestro cavern. From an archaeological point of view, the cavern is priceless. In an area no larger than a tennis court, there are two species of extinct primates, two extinct sloths, lithic tools, and Taino Indian water-gatherer pots. Possibly saving the wildest for last, my final scholarship experience found me travelling to the remote King George Island in Antarctica. Working with the Chilean Antarctic Survey team as a scientific diver on two separate projects. The first, looking at the thermostress of two Antarctic urchin species. The second, assessing the benthic invertebrate diversity around King George Island. Hey, I'm just getting geared up for the first dive at King George Island. I've got my Swedish army issue socks on top of my rugby socks and my 4th alley gears. So the water temperature is meant to be about 0. So we'll see how I survive and put it to the test, and I'll let you know how it goes. There was also plenty of time to check out some of the charismatic megafauna. You undertake more than you can imagine in a single year on the Elwood Underwater Scholarship. Aside from extensive dive training and marine science projects, I also embarked on experiences such as a photographic workshop in Norway with British photographer Alex Mustard. Another experience involved working with NOAA on the Aquarius underwater habitat in Florida, helping out with their underwater conservation awareness program, If Reefs Could Talk. During my scholarship year, the experiences I undertook, networks I forged, and insight into the direction I hope to take my future career was invaluable. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone involved in the Elwood Underwater Scholarship Society, all those who sponsored me, and everyone who helped me along the way.
Deep below the sea, darling, oh deep, deep blue sea. Deep below the sea, darling, oh deep, deep blue sea. And it was Mama that got drowned out in that deep blue